Hey traders, back to some free trading education. In this video, I'm going over which prop firms I use, which ones I don't like, and maybe you saw my other video recently about how to milk prop firms. I'm going to quickly review why I like prop firms. Not going to spend a lot of time on this, but we're going to spend a time on which prop firms I like. But forever free advice, never going to charge you. If I charge you, it means I'm failing in my trading business, and I'll go make money somewhere else. I have had about $40,000 in prop firm withdrawals in 2023. I've traded with a lot of different prop firms. First, let me show you. Yeah, okay. Why I trade prop firms? Two reasons. One is that it has a really wonderful drawdown property of shifting the risk from an individual trade to a sample. So typically I'm doing 200K or 400K challenges before, which gives me $20,000 of risk. Before that, I was trading $20,000 accounts of my own money. And there's been times where I've blown up $20,000 account, I lose $20,000. And even if I just lose one trade, I'm down $1,000 or $2,000 depending on my risk. Yes, I'm usually risking 10 to 20% of my risk, not 1 to 2%, but I have more money in my bank or whatever, right? So just quick aside, when we talk about risking 1 to 2% on prop challenges, nobody really does that. People risk 10 to 20%. I risk 10 to 20%. Anyways, the risk is shifted to the sample. So if I lose a prop trade, let me show you, for example, this account. This account, I've been trading this account for months. It's a 400K account. I'm down $30,000 on it. I battled it up, I brought it down, I brought it up, I brought it down. We'll see what happens. But I haven't lost money on it yet. But if this was a real account, I would be down $30,000. I just have my deposit in. I'll lose about $1,500 if I lose the challenge, but I haven't lost the challenge yet. So, right, it allows me to have losing streaks without actually losing money. It allows you to shift your risk from the individual trade to the sample, which if you're a gambler and you have no edge, you want your risk on the individual trade because you have better odds. You will never pass a sample. If you're somewhat consistent, and consistent doesn't really exist in trading, but if you are pretty good, if you're pretty consistent, you want to shift your risk to the sample because you've got good chance of passing the sample. So that's the first reason. The drawdowns, usually I don't lose that much money. The second thing that makes, there's three things. The second thing that makes prop firms unique is that there's asymmetric risk to reward on the payouts. So for instance, you're not allowed to do this. They don't want you to do this. But if you have two accounts, two 200K accounts, say you buy eight 200K accounts for $1,000, and you do mirror positions where you basically you risk one account versus passing the other account, and you can do this by going risk 5%, then risk 5%. Um, you automatically pass half your challenges, and then you automatically pass um, uh, half your phase twos, and then you automatically get a payout on half your payouts if you did this. So if you have one out of eight challenges that pass, you spent $8,000 on the challenges, you make $16,000, you double your money. So there's asymmetric risk reward to payouts. It takes one 10% payout to pay for 16 challenges. So you can take 16 challenges, lose 15, pay out one, and break even. And obviously, your odds can be a lot better than that. So that's the second reason that I like prop firms. Now, they don't want you mirror trading, but what you can do is trade them differently, which I'm going to talk about shortly, is trade them uncorrelated. When I had $800,000 in funding, I traded them all the same. And when I encountered a losing streak with my only strategy, I blew them all up. So now I trade basically one strategy, but I trade multiple assets. So, right, even though I have that account's in drawdown, I have another account that's funded, right? Even though a couple of my phase ones are in drawdown, I have passed two phase twos, right? So the third thing that's cool about prop firms is the amount of leverage they give you, where it's crazy. So, I mean, typically the most leverage you can get on crypto is 100x, right? And it's kind of insane to use. But with these prop firms, considering you're spending $1,000 to a $200,000 account, some of them give you 2x leverage, some of them give you 4x leverage, some of them give you 1x leverage. But you're getting 200x leverage, 400x leverage, you're even getting 800x leverage. 800x leverage on your $1,000, which is insanity. And it's like, why would you ever want 800x leverage? You're just going to blow it in one trade. Well, you don't blow it in one trade because you get to take multiple shots because it's spread to the sample. So the combination of those things, where you're not going to draw down as much, you get insane leverage and you shift risk to the sample, allows you to, an undercapitalized trader, to have a realistic chance of being a professional trader. All you need to do is be good at trading, right? If you're good at trading, you can get the capital this way. Now, it's not great at scaling from 7 to 8 figures because you have to trade too many accounts. It's annoying, but um, that's not super important. One moment. Okay, so just to show you, no, over here, prop challenges. These are all the prop challenges that I've traded. You see I had a big winning streak, then I had a big losing streak, I'm back on a winning streak. I've traded the True Forex funds, FTMO, E8, Funded Engineer, the Funded Trader, my Forex funds. I started the week before they went under. My Funded FX, Bespoke Funding, Top Tier Trader, SFT. Okay, yeah. Before I want to show you one more thing about my rules before I get into which ones I like and don't like. Here's my rules. Okay, so I only trade prop accounts, no personal accounts. The only time I can buy a new challenge except is when I pass a challenge. So if you're starting off, I would recommend you don't buy a challenge. Go to FTMO, take the free challenge, which is only 5% profit target. If you pass that, then go ahead and buy a challenge. If you lose your challenge, go back to a free challenge. Once you start passing challenges, you can buy more challenges. Although I have a rule, I have max 10 challenges. It's just a headache to have too many. I cannot have balanced risk on the same asset more than half of my accounts. So it means if I want to be short Bitcoin and I have 4 accounts, I can only be short Bitcoin in 2 accounts. However, I could be short Bitcoin in 4 accounts if I move my stop to break even in 2 of them. And this prevents me from blowing up all my accounts in the same trade, or in the same series of trades. I can't have more than 20% balance risk on an account. So if I'm in a drawdown, I'm gonna say 10% on an account. So I mean, let's be real about risk. Like if you have 200K account, you're risking $1,000. You only have 20K drawdown. You're risking 10% of your risk. So I'm okay risking 20%. If I'm under 5% left, I risk 10%. So typically, it'll take me 3 trades to go into drawdown, or to go into 5% drawdown, and then another 4 or 5. It takes me 7 straight losers to blow an account. It does happen. But since I'm not trading them the same, I'm probably not going to blow all of them at once. So I can't trade more than 3 assets on an account simultaneously. It's just confusing. And I'm probably going to switch this to 2 for now because of the number of accounts that I'm trading. There's no reason to. It's just confusing. If you lose 50% of your drawdown, allocated drawdown in a day on a prop firm, you blow the account. So I will never risk more than 45%. I cannot defer payouts. This happened before where it's like, well, my payout's scheduled for CPI day. I want to trade CPI day. And then by the time the payout comes around, I don't have as much money. Just take the payout. Okay, so those are my rules. Now let's get into, and the last thing is to show you, like, okay, I'm trading 8 different accounts. These are the ones that I'm trading. FTMO, Bespoke Funding, TFT, and SFT. And I'm trading them all different, right? Or 4 different ways. Really 3 different ways because these are correlated. Now, let's go look. Prop firm info. So originally when I did this, I was looking at what's good for crypto because I was only trading crypto. Now I trade everything, so I would reevaluate. But I'm just looking for ones that don't have insane rules. So most of them have no trade time. Most of them have 8% or 10% phase one. I don't really care. Most of them have 5 or 6% phase two. I don't really care. Most of them have slightly unfair swaps. I don't really care. Most of them have, yeah, so some of them I've noticed have like really unfair swaps, or they have commissions plus spreads. If they have commissions plus spreads, then that is unfair. Um, and I some of them have insane rules, like consistency rules, where you cannot make all your money from one trade, which is how trading works. Really, usually you hit a home run, you have a runner, and it pays for everything. So, I mean, you can tell, like, most of these firms are probably B-booking most of you, which means that even when you're funded, they're betting against you. But it's really obvious if they want you to fail when they put in insane restrictions and such. On the other hand, if they actually trade with you, they may give you more realistic conditions. I don't know, like, the, prop firms make their money in two ways, right? The first way is they make their money from failed challenges, and then they may make or lose money on the back end. Most of them are probably losing money on the back end with uh, payouts, but it's possible some of them make money if they manage well. They copy trade some of the traders, right? They're a hedge fund on the back end. So the least profitable they are on the back end, the more they're going to try to gouge you on the front end. The more profitable they're on the back end, the more fair they can be on the front end. So I like the funded trader. It has fair swaps. I like Bespoke. It automatically closes you if you hit TP, which is awesome. FTMO's standard. They have their own broker, so wouldn't trust them, but I have seen nothing fishy with them. Skilled funded trader is relatively new, but it's like a clone of all these others. I've liked it so far. There was some issue where they lost access to deal and were having a hard time paying people out, and were paying people out via crypto. And it looks like they got that sorted. But another reason why I trade so many accounts is because one of them could possibly go down. I haven't been trading true Forex funds recently, but I liked that one in the past. That's where I got most of my payouts. And then my funded FX, my funded FX, I kind of crossed off some here. I would trade my funded FX again. Where is it? My funded FX. I stopped trading it because they make it hard to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, but that doesn't really matter to me anymore. I would maybe try Leveled Up, Funder Pro, Crypto Fund, Blue Guardian, Finota Fund of Goat. Haven't tried any of them. MyFlash, FT. So like, if they have a lot consistency rule, if they don't let you hold over the weekend, if they don't let you um, uh, make all your money with one, anything like that, no copy trading between accounts. Um, it's just sketchy. Funded engineer, why won't it let you trade crypto over the weekend? Don't like it. So all these crossed out have something wrong with them, in my opinion. Osprey FX, I tried it. 70% profit split, no. Well, most do 80%, which is weird. A trailing drawdown is a no, because that's crazy. You could spike up and then move. Yeah, trailing drawdown is insane and a hard no. Yeah, there's a lot of them that do that. Fees are high. Some of them I just set aside because it didn't look like they're going to give me that much capital. Just out of ease, I want to be able to have a lot of capital in the same place. And that's something I like about Bespoke. As far as I know, this is the one that lets you have the most. I think you can have 7 figures, which would be 6 figures in risk. Let me shout out a top tier trader, which to me, not a good one. I don't like them. They have commissions and fees that are super high. I watched them raise their fees, and then they failed me when I hadn't failed. I was like down 9%, but I wasn't down 10%. And they failed me, and I sent an email like, "Why did you fail me?" And they're like, "Don't know." And I sent a follow-up email. Here's screenshots of my account. and they never followed up. And I was just like, "Fuck you! I'll never trade with you again." And I'm gonna badmouth you to whoever hears. Q Banks and Anthony's World. I do not like your prop firm. You guys. Mm, I also don't like the way you trade. Um, okay. Anyways, don't trade with top tier trader. Um, my forex funds. You guys know that my forex funds shut down. There was a lot of red flags there. They had a 1 hour trading halt in the middle of the day, which is absolute bogus. Some of the firms have a 1 hour weekly trading halt, a Friday afternoon after most of the markets close. I think that's reasonable. But in the middle of the day was crazy. It had super high fees, super bad slippage and spreads. They also didn't tell you what your max drawdown was in your dashboard, probably because they wanted you to not know. You had to actually message support to figure out your drawdown. There was so way too much sketchy. So if there's a lot of sketchy stuff, don't trade with them. And well, again, part of that is it turned out my forex funds really wasn't making any money on the back end. They just wanted people to fail. They believed all traders were gamblers. They didn't really believe anyone could have an edge, so they didn't really A-book people. So they were, yeah, trying to fail everybody. But yeah, some of these, I trust some of these that are actually founded. Trust them more if they're founded by traders because they believe they're more likely to B-book people and they're more likely to be not sketchy. But again, the key for me is to trade multiple prop firms so that if one of them goes out of business, can trade with the next one. I'm not really worried about regulation killing this industry, and taking out the bad seeds is good for the industry. Taking out my forex funds, the other ones, wake up call for the other ones. So these are the ones that I currently trading. Funded trader, bespoke, FTMO, skilled funded trader. I've traded True Forex funds a lot, but not currently trading it. And then I would probably trade my funded FX again. And then I would have to kind of go exploring. Maybe no. Um, I would have to kind of, yeah, try out some of these other ones that I haven't tried. Crossed all these off. E8's another one that fees plus commissions. Come on, it's just too much. Anyways, hope you found it useful. Much love and peace.